Alright, so a couple nights ago I took apart my transmission as I said I would. Everything was in the box here. And, down below, kind of where you see my finger poking out, right there, is where the lay shaft went. Okay. And it came out of here, in this bottom hole. And then the input shaft came in through here, output shaft went out there, and you can see the reverse gear in there. For those wondering why reverse gear makes a bunch of noise, is because the gears are straight cut. Okay, when you have straight cut gears, you get a very noisy transmission. You transmit more power, but they're very noisy. If you look at the gears here, they're helical cut. The transmission's a bit quieter. Anyway, here's the lay shaft that I just took off. To get it out of the box, you had to pop off a bearing that was at the end of this gear right here. That's what held it into the bottom part of the gearbox. Here's the race for it, okay, which will be replaced. Here's the retainer, which is going to be replaced. And here's the actual part that slid on the shaft, and it was kind of on flush like that, but over the shaft. Okay, and I actually had to cut the bearing to get it out of the box. So it was a regular bearing, like a cone bearing like this, and what I did is I just took a Dremel and I cut the cage. All the needles fell out, and then I stuck in a pry bar or something, or actually a screwdriver and a hammer, and I popped this off so I could maneuver this thing out of the box, or else it wouldn't have come out. So anyway, this is the lay shaft. Here's the input shaft. It goes on the end of the output shaft just like this, and it connects this way, and this is the thing that had a lot of play on it, and you can just see some of them fill out, but these little needles in here are what actually loosely ride on this thing right here, and it has a thrust bearing just like this, which is probably shot, which all these are going to be replaced anyway. But yeah, these two, see, they're popping out or whatever. These two come together like that, and they're allowed to rotate independently. And if you go on a place like howstuffworks.com, it'll show you a good schematic of how manual transmission works, and this is how they get around it in real life. Making the input shaft spin independently of the output shaft. The output shaft has all the goodies on it, like the synchronizer rings like this, which will be replaced. Synchronizers themselves, this is a synchro right here. It's what selects the gears. This thing right here that is spinning independently, I think, is third gear, and or part of third gear anyways. And if you could see the teeth on it right here, those are what actually are, those I guess are called the dogs, and that's what this companion part, or the other synchro ring, will latch onto once this thing slides in. I can't get it to slide in now, but once you slide it in, it selects. These two are kind of they line up like this, I guess. See, these dots are lined up right now, and the synchro will slide in. The synchro is going to spin with, you can see now I'm spinning the synchro, and the synchro actually spins the output shaft. The gears are allowed to spin independently of that. They're on their own bearings, okay? Except when they're selected, they're mated with a synchronizer, which is in tune with the output shaft, okay? So anyway, this is part of first, second, third, and then fourth gear would be these guys. Fifth gear is this guy right here, with this right here, and it has a brass synchronizer ring. And just a bit of a note, for those that are disassembling transmissions, when I was trying to get this reverse arm off right here, this is actually what selects reverse, I guess I shook the box a little bit, and this synchro actually fell out. This bit right here. Okay, you're not supposed to disassemble these without matching the clutch teeth. So you kind of like make a mark with a, you know, like a scribe or something. So they're matched perfectly. They're matched from the factory for smoothness of shifting, but it's not detrimental largely, as long as you put it back together where it engages smoothly. And here you can kind of see how I'm lining up the blocking ring, or sorry, the synchro ring with the grooves on the synchronizer themselves, the synchronizer hub, and it just slides in and out like that. And if I take all this crap off, here's the ring, or sorry, here's the outer part of the synchro, here's the inner part, here's another brass synchro, well, kind of bushing part, and the gear itself on fifth gear actually has the synchros put up on there. So there you go. Or sorry, the synchros put up on there. They actually have the teeth on the gear. Okay, so that's how gears are looking on this guy. Anyways, so hopefully I put together fifth gear so that it shifts relatively smoothly. I'm sure it won't be that big of an issue. Even if it is over time, it'll probably sort itself out. But anyway, the next step for me right now is to set all this crap up on a bench, and I have to disassemble this output shaft with all the stuff on it and replace all the needle bearings and synchro rings, and I'm actually going to attempt to sharpen the teeth on the dogs on the gear themselves. And if you look at a service manual, these teeth are supposed to be pointy. It's hard to focus on one, man. They're not supposed to be rounded. A lot of them are due to wear. So that might take a bit of time. I might abandon that idea. But yeah, so kind of teeth like this are supposed to have a sharp point, or relatively sharp. Okay, not rounded off. Rounded off is acceptable apparently, but for quicker shifts, you want them as pointy as possible. So anyway, there you go.
Okay, so regarding this latest video that I've kind of done, I just want to mention that in regards to the teeth on the dogs on the gears, and in terms of the sharpness of the teeth and sharpening and stuff like that, I actually didn't sharpen them. What I did do is actually purchase new gears, which I plan to show you since I've kept them in later videos. There's going to be several more on this in this series of my transmission rebuild, and yeah, I'm just going to show you exactly you know, what I've gone through. And I didn't sharpen the gears. For those of you who have done a transmission rebuild before, or have seen a transmission gear before and seen the dogs on them get worn down, you'll know what I'm talking about, and that they have to be sharp and pointy. And I'm getting a new HD camera hopefully pretty soon and I'm going to attempt to show you the what 160,000 miles of wear on the transmission, the clutch teeth on a gear in the transmission, what it looks like and what you shouldn't have, because I ended up replacing 2 gears, if I recall, second and third gears. So for the quicker shifts thing, I've seen people actually on YouTube, they grind down every other clutch tooth on the perimeter of the gear, and that's supposedly supposed to give you a quicker shift. Whether it does or not, I don't know. I've never tried it, but that's that. The other thing is, in these series of videos that will coming up, I often confuse a blocking ring with a a blocking ring with a synchro ring, and so forth and so on. Like a blocking ring is, I screw it up, is what I'm trying to tell you. And you know, when I watch YouTube videos, I often scream at my monitor when people get stuff wrong, and I just want to let you know that I've realized when I was making this video that I've gotten a few things mixed up. I'm trying to get the, I guess, get used to making videos or something. I explain things for a living, but I gotta do a better job with the videos and things. So I confused blocking ring with synchro ring. But I believe I have, I can let you know, and you can go use a manual. Typically, well, it's kind of hard to say without the parts in front of me. So why don't I just let you know that in the future I'll be getting some parts in that were used, that came off my old transmission, and I can explain precisely what's what. And for detailed examples of what we're calling a blocking ring and a synchro hub and a synchro ring and things like that, which now I've sorted out in my mind, you can look and download manuals from Tremec or something, and they'll show you right then and there. Alright, once you read them. Alright. So if you want to download a manual for what I'm doing, it's just a Tremec T5. So go on Tremec's website, and they have manuals, installation manuals, or overhaul manuals and things, just for every transmission they offer. So just wanted to say that. Again, sorry for the confusion, but I think you guys can sort it out. Just wanted to warn you. There you go. Installment number 3. Hope you like it.